What's up? We're back. Hi, yeah. Yeah, I hope you didn't hurt your wrists. The drum roll. How are you, zombie? How is everybody? I'm back. Stream Elements is late though. Yo, Grimy, thanks for the lurk. Hope you're doing well. Yes, I don't fully know what we're doing today. I was playing Ratchet and Clank. It's good. I would suggest if you have the capability. Let's play a little bit, and then there's a bunch of things we could do, and I'm kind of pushing towards maybe formatting some data to push into our wave function collapse stuff. Which, yeah, more editor type stuff. It should be fun. It's just like, it's gonna be a whole nest of bugs. Because I put together just like, you ever do that? You like, not pseudocode, one step further than pseudocode. Like you write the code and I guess you make sure that it compiles. And it's double scary when it just compiles and you don't have any errors. I think that's where we're at. Maybe not the first try compile, but I will say nearly enough. Then again, I feel like I have it fresh on my mind. When you feel like you invented something because you reinvented the wheel, I feel like it does stick in your brain a lot better. So yeah, what is everyone up to? Zombie, I saw the printer, looks good, but I only saw a line with a couple of 90 degrees bends in it. How did that print turn out? And Yag, what are you up to? Did you continue your Lua adventures? The Savannah. Probably get more grass on this. I have to sort the whole biome thing out. How many grasslands should there be? And is this really... This can't be space. This has to be a forest of some sort. Okay, maybe that's a small mistake. Or maybe I should check my biome props again. Not yet, no. Think I'll do some tonight. Cool, cool. Oh yeah, maybe when you're further into Lua, we can discuss, or maybe you're just on framework stuff. At some point, I'd love to discuss with someone that knows Lua, just like how you would implement like user-facing expressions, functionality. You know what I mean? How would you expose it? But yeah, I know you Lua, right? Yeah, you're just learning framework stuff for backend. But does Lua know you? Nope. Nope. Lua's the cool kid from Brazil, and I've only heard whispers, and you know, I haven't introduced myself yet. Very intimidated. Not that side of Lua. Fair. But you know the language itself well. That would help. That would help. I mean, if you feel like you can do something in a language and the language isn't going to hold you back, that's something. Pretty monumental, I would think. Her name was Lua. She was a language. Yep. He was a showgirl. With what white space encapsulation over there, and typeless variables over there. Is that all true? With syntax not known to us, almost like running in front of a bus. An attempt was made. Yes. All you know is that Lua C headers are pretty good, and you heard finding it is not complicated, but it's not like you tried. Okay. So I think there is stuff already for Unity to be able to integrate with Lua or runtime evaluation stuff. So it's there. I was always curious, if you're not going to make your entire game in Unity but in Lua and then have that exposed, then how are you going to meaningfully allow people to like script eval, like runtime stuff? Oh, you flying. Flying. Got him. Get back. Oh, okay. Seems like all frames are higher now that I have adjusted some hitboxes. Layers, they'll save your frames. You say there is? I mean, I would hope so. Okay, so the one thing that I was trying to make the neurons connect, right? Not always easy. So I'm gonna say it's irrelevant for this. The place where I found it the most interesting, but it's not my project, was, oh goodness, what was it called? So there's a Dungeons and Dragons facilitator on Steam. I don't know why Fantasy Flight comes into mind. Is that the name? I'll look it up in a second. But it was going to allow you to extend some things, and I get like, okay, doing a little bit of Lua here and there to allow you to do some custom scripting to, I'm sure you could extend it in a lot of ways, many ways, but then getting all of the modules to play well with each other, because again, if you're just allowing all these kind of like mods, kind of like loadable mods, and I think it could also be linked to specific things, like a Lua thing to control like how this specific stat would roll and how it would be calculated when it was doing its calculations and stuff. But like, that's the most complicated part. That's why people sit at the table and like argue back and forth with their dungeon master, being like, well, I have this bonus and I have this bonus, and dungeon master's like, well, you have this environmental bonus and there's this advantage that the boss has, plus there's this buff and this like curse, you know, then there's like area bonuses, and like, it's full on Yu-Gi-Oh! That's what I liked about 3rd edition. It was full on Yu-Gi-Oh! Make up whatever things you want, and then you could just like argue forever about conditions, and it would just end up with a statistical plus or minus. That's actually what I realized later, and I kind of like, okay, wait, do I really want to play Pathfinder? I'm actually not excited by getting another 5%, 10% bonus on attack rolls all the time. Like, I actually might want a little bit more spice. Anyway. Conceptually, you imagine you'd provide some way to load the user's files, then build interfaces that give it access to the data. That's fair. So yeah, in my context, I guess my problem is that rules would be added as you bought books for the system, and then you could have user homebrew and yeah, homebrew just like table rules, not even just like homebrew classes, but just how you do critical hits, because that's been a big thing in D&D for a while. It's like, do you confirm critical hits, or do you always get critical hits? Can you miss a critical? Some really hardcore people were into that. And no, thank you. I like my big bucks, no whammy. How do they cross? How do they cross without messing with each other? Good design and at least a little bit of foresight. Yeah, I don't know. I worry that no one's omniscient enough to actually make a system that would allow people to homebrew their own D&D rules, and then also have compatible other people rules. Like, you'd need a git merge. Very hard to speak about this generally. There's never going to be one answer for something that's so dependent on how you build your systems. It's true. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. I was always just thinking, like, I don't know how I would build it. I feel like I block myself off pretty quickly when trying to, like, corral the problem. It's like, it's big and it's complicated, and honestly, modifiers, big equations that you need to have the right pluses and multipliers, happening in sequence, and then you have crazy stuff. If you're like dividing damage among a group of enemies, and then what counts as an enemy, is a friend or foe, like, it's just so much. Wolfram Alpha, can you make me a D&D engine? But yeah, I don't know. I always found it interesting that people had Lua, tried to have like Lua consoles for games. Cool, but it's hard for me to conceive of having proper hooks for the Lua to mess with. Again, without it just being Lua. But we were talking about Pico 8, right? And Pico 8 is just kind of like, oh yeah, here's the source code along with the game. So if you want to make a mod, you can. Okay. And what am I even going to work on today? We're going for settlement stuff. Maybe we poke it just a little bit. And I also kind of want to do a quest overhaul. So that way we could get the quest builder to get the, when you start borrowing down to things, really. Yeah, if we could get check marks and hide a lot of the stuff that shouldn't be saved, that'd be really. And it'd be really advanced if we could have, if it's not being used, we don't show it at all. And then if you need something that's not being shown, we could have a plus with a drop down of which ones aren't being shown. That's so much. That's so much just for me. I don't need to feel that fancy in my own game, right? So this is more or less fine. As long as we have inject name in a lot of places. We just don't take pose out, but position, I think position gets overridden. So then there's just a feature that we would need to add, right? We need inject name and then we need offset from inject. Or not. Maybe that defeats the point of inject. Maybe we just get an injected procedurally picked world point and we just pick it well. That is the point. Defining points in a proximity is doable, but I think it's expensive if we like keep linking them. You use it too many times for like one quest. You're gonna get mighty cluttered for the first game start. That's not very speedrunnable. Not that it needs to be speedrunnable, obviously, but like I want to think of the person that might play my game 1,000 times. What's their experience like? So from there, having an offset might be a good idea. Like we could just have one point for a quest to exist, and then do we set? Could we do random point, around point? That is proximity. You know what? Fine. It's good. Everything's fine. Adding stuff that doesn't need to be added. Alright, let's move on to something that is different. Different's good. Let's poke at the wave function that I did. Not tested, because I need to put the data in for it to like be properly functional. This takes off the Tetris system. So it grabs a grid. Or no, maybe it just has a piece. I thought this was from a grid. Well, nope, it isn't. Just the place we're housing the function to do the wave. Connections, which means we need a starting piece. Okay, so all of this should be stored in A. And this is what we're leading up to creating today, which I'm going to have to drag it out as long as possible. We need to create something to house the graphic sets. So, yeah, can I make it any longer? Everyone knows GFX is graphics, right? SO is scriptable object. That's me gatekeeping Unity stuff. Perfect. Perfect. Reload. What did I do? Oh man, wait, am I already... No, this is a scriptable object. No, everything's fine. Everything's fine. I'm gonna steal this word though. Oh no, I'm gonna steal all of this. Boom. And then there's no start, there's no update. Those are fake. Now you can't get that song out of your head again? Both the original and the Richard Cheese version? Oh, I apologize. The wife mentioned a new. Oh, the wife mentioned that she thinks her new favorite Plankton Sings is Sean Paul's Temperature. I think that's what she said. You know what? I haven't heard it yet, though. She just mentioned that she's been listening to it. Well, I can't find it. Okay, wait. Oh, I can't find it. I tried. That was so funny. Your own fault. Here, wait, no, I'm looking. Did you mention printer? You're designing a tube bender that you want to print now. Okay, that's cool. That is cool. And so it begins the cycle. Design, print, redesign your printer, print your new printer, assemble printer, go through endless upgrades and improvements, print another thing. The age-old cycle of man. Okay, this is a scriptable object. What do we need? We need a starting thing. Because we're going to put in a prefab. We can use this. We don't have to cap. Might have to cap it anyway. I'm going to live my dream though. I did it. I wrote a code, it does a thing. Start piece. We also need pieces. Throw an array there now because it's in the editor, right? It works the same as a list in the editor. Okay, just build this. Man, that's a hard day's work. Okay, I'm glad we did that. Now what do we do? About how much we need coffee for the next 3 hours? Sounds good. I like it. And yeah, wave funct p. So it has the prop. Cool. Oh yeah, this isn't on a piece. Okay, never mind. Hold on. That's why this is a problem, because this is not on a monomate. Probably should be. Take. And why can't we have dual inheritance? Am I right? Estimated print time 17 minutes. That's pretty good. Make sure it's scaled to the right size. Just a bunch of circles. Are you printing a bunch of circles? Oh, are you just printing jigs to actually bend a pipe around? So it would be a series of radii. Okay. Okay, brain can keep up. Gotcha. Yeah, all right, we're on the same page. I mean, how much support does it need? That's efficient. No supports. Amazing. I'll be living the dream. I hope it works out. I hope it comes out round too. My printer likes to hyper squish the bottom. Not like the first light. Everything comes out okay, but then when you look at it, if you're doing a sphere, the bottom of the sphere, maybe the print time. Maybe it prints too fast and it warps the bottom a bit. But yeah, first off, it won't do a full radius. It always wants to flatten the bottom quite a bit. Yeah, and then there's a portion of the bottom where it doesn't want to do be a little bit more of a really not steep, opposite of steep, shallow cone for like I don't know, a few millimeters. I mean, it kind of makes sense. You need to activate the cam again. Probably not today. That's okay. Well, in 17 minutes, if you can just give us a picture, that's good enough. Has all the functionality of a ISP. That's just a nothing. I could make it a mono behavior. I just don't want to. Clutter. It needs a transform. It needs to exist in the editor. Okay. No, maybe what we're doing today is actually we get something to fill this out. We can create the pieces to fill the scriptable object with references to the game objects by prefab itself. But then we'll set it up in scene and then maybe have something that goes through all of them and just populates the points. All that needs. Kind of makes sense. Pick the model or pick a both, please. Obviously, we need to compare. Lola is now a princess and Leia is a dancer. Brain is breaking down, it seems. Leia is the most powerful Jedi that ever existed. That's my flag that I put in the ground. Lola, really good song. And when I came on stream, I wanted to listen to Cake. And now I want to listen to Lola. Sings Lola again. You know what? No, I'm sticking with it. Going with Buckethead. less distractions. We gonna poke. Hold on. Such a game. And then this will need this. Or do we load a thing? Like fake load. Mount? Oh, that's a fun word. Mount graphics. Oh, I feel like such a programmer. That's my arg. And then we can see starting piece. This dot starting piece. I might want to split this even more. I was kind of thinking like, do we want to separate possible streets from possible houses? Or I don't know what else would be a you don't want it to be all streets in the middle. Like I don't want to randomize streets off streets at the same frequency that I want to do houses off streets. Maybe we'll just put a, oh, right. So if we do a house, maybe houses are all ends. Be fun, we have to play with. I want to finish for me. Okay, it's kind of like a load. All right. All right, clicking. Okay, I'm down with it. It's mixing with the bucket head, but maybe they should have always been made. Such a tragic song if you listen to all the lyrics. Yeah, it is. All the best songs are. What? Okay, fine. Barry, you get paused. All right, Richard Cheese, here's your shot. Oh, I've never heard this one. I mean, I've heard a lot of Richard Cheese, but yet not this one for some reason. Okay, so Richard Cheese got popular with my friends in high school for doing like metal covers. And we really enjoyed like I don't know, Chop Suey and Slipknot and all that wonderful stuff. Disturbed. He was great. People attributed to the wrong artist from the beginning, you think? That's fair. This is pretty good. Hmm. That makes sense to me. Let's start. Just make it do a thing. Then place the stuff. Where's the grid though? Like we keep creating this code. Do it again? Maybe we do. Uh, 50 by 50 or something. We have to figure out how to create a village and then plop it onto multiple chunks. That'll be a trick. Printer's printering. So now what? So now we wait 17 minutes. That's a good question. Wish I was further in this. Actually give you something fun to watch. Let's talk village. Let's. See, normally I would do selection. Do like paint or something. Paint for you. Go black. I'll draw white. Okay. So, usually what I would do, like for dungeons, right? Because dungeons are just rooms. Like they could have corridors, but a corridor is just a long room. So it was just like, you know, you would have a, hello, the pencil, brush. I'm confused. What's happening here? Why don't you draw anymore? It'd be yellow. Oh, do I need to change this? Because it's... How does that make sense? Okay, fine. This is how we work. The tiles were square. You could draw on the square to make it like a long bit. But now we're going to have bits that like can take up multiple. Like a street could actually be like taking up a lot of stuff. We could say that it has connection points. Kind of like where I think I'm going. We're going to put the street down. The street will have open connection points on it. This would just like make connections this way. Oh yeah, perfect arrow. And this way. Based off the places that you say need to connect. And then this you would say is all black. I'm not going to try and fill that. This we put down a street and we have this. We don't want to necessarily take a street and then put all houses around it. That's dumb. We do want to connect other streets sometimes, right? Maybe not all the same type of street. And this would be a shared block if this connected here, right? Kind of like a no-go from this way and a use from this way because there's a connection. Or if this has a connection, then we need to have a corner piece. We put a corner house in. But we wouldn't want to put a street here. We don't want to put street, street, street. That doesn't make sense. So, okay, maybe the connection points. Nope. Nope. Oh, perfect. You just draw over it. It's clear, right? Oh, nope, don't giggle when you do that. That's a problem. Okay, there you go. That's a no. We draw over that more. More of a no, right? Okay, so connection points. We have connection points. We do have a type. So we should make sure that we have like at the house connection point. I should make a font out of this. Perfect. We're going to generate the village houses and not pop down prefabs. I might want to do the houses. That would be a separate thing of like having maybe a voxel glob, and then the voxel glob would connect to, would like randomly grow itself, and then each face on it would try and get covered. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, step one. Step, oh, this is horrible. Grow. Step one, grow. This is a voxel. Oh, yep, that's perfect. Yep. Voxel. Step one, grow voxel. Perfectly clear, right? Yo, Grimy, thanks for the raid. What up, raiders? Dippin' raid. It's all good. Good luck with whatever you're doing, Grimy. Grimy's an important man with important things to do. This here is house. Make that H so nice, and then I'm like, I need to keep all the other letters away from it. They're just gonna contaminate it. Okay, so house Jen. Jen. Okay, backwards head. Good, right? Good. It was supposed. It's fine. Grimy swimming away. Well, have fun. Have fun swimming. Okay, so house Jen. Step one, we grow voxels. And then step 2, let's make a little voxel house that got created. These are going to be big, fat, non-square voxels, probably. Maybe we do a fun thing where they're staggered, like maybe a thin and then maybe a thick. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe the voxels can all have... we're just growing a huge problem, but that's fine. Whatever voxel we have, we need to, like, step 2... Yeah, sure. Wait, hold on. Step Z. That's the new one, step C. Should do a shout out. Everyone should check out Grimy Badger. Sorry that I'm, like, rambling on. But check out Grimy Badger, who's working on an awesome game called Plaza, which is like 1970s Mexico, moving mass quantities of chicken nuggets, you know, unawares from the authorities or buying the authorities. Check it out. Yeah, bye, Grimy. Have a good day. Okay, yeah. Back to this. So I'm the Danger. I'm working at a mech simulator. If you don't know me, if you're from Grimy and you don't know me, we're gonna mech simulator in a fantasy world, and just blowing the scope out of proportion. No game design talk. We're just going ham. So yeah, watch us as we go ham. We're building a house, and I think we're going village first, and then back to house. And step 2 is to cover surface. Not lover. Not, you know what? Lover surface. Fine. That U's way too big. Nope. Nope. That's it. Just draw more. Draw more and it's fine. Surface. Ace. Got this. There we go. Step 2, cover surface. MS Paint art stream. This is our planning stream. Hey, Catless, how are you? Hope you're having a good day. Explaining in very intricate detail how we're gonna do our assembling of villages. Anyway, yeah, that, and we're good. Don't ask about the cover surface too much, because I would have to figure out how to make sure we have a no more than 1 door per level per side. No, you could probably have more. I don't know. There could be some really weird rules for that. Yeah, Catless, what are you up to? Are you closing your can of worms while I'm opening mine? Surface. Smartly. Most important part. And I'm giving up. It's hard to do this. Okay, there we go. Save this forever. Yeah, render crop store. Okay. We got sidetracked. So yeah, the idea, we do need to have connections. The connection points need to have house, street, and agnostic. Without agnostic, we'd be making the same thing over and over. They're perfect. Perfect. Save it, ship it. Trying to figure out Houdini basics again. Okay. Okay. What are a different set of basics? Like a different part of Houdini? Or do you feel like you need to scrap everything, scrub your mind, and go from scratch? Yeah, back to the murder board. You're wondering what whiteboarding apps could be available. Oh, there's a bunch of those. Wait, are you wondering because of what I'm doing? You know, I could even be doing this better if I chose to just use the text function. I just wanted to quickly, I don't know, put stuff out there. I mean, you'd imagine there would have to be something reasonably usable at this point in time that people wouldn't have to resort to paint. It's true, but I don't know. Do I have to sign up? Do I have to make an account? Probably. Someone needs to just make like an open whiteboard thing. No account, just like do whatever you want. And then save a JSON. Maybe a zip. Maybe zip it. You know what I mean? Why does it do horizontal lines so easily? Why am I stuck in like Etch-a-Sketch mode? Okay, like, is there anything remotely curved? There is. Is this because pencil? Should I have been in brushes? If I said that felt better, I think I'd be lying. Okay, anyway, save. We're out of this. It's gone. Keep going around a few different graph tools. You don't like any of them. Yeah. I mean, I think it needs to be a drawing app. It needs to just be like almost like a Photoshop that you just drop images on and write on and uh, make rectangles, which are like sticky notes, and then write in those. You know what I mean? I think that would be the best, especially if you have a tablet. Not painful like what you just witnessed. Realize now that this is probably one of the dumbest tube benders ever. I don't know. I don't know about that. Wait, can I see it? Is it up? Oh. Oh. Looks good. Yo, Hero, what's up? Doing anything cool today? Zombie just printed us. And by us, I mean him. For this. Behold. I always suggest going for like a middle tone filament just for photographing or seeing details. Like gray works really well. Black doesn't take shadows very well, and white doesn't take highlights very well. I can see it well enough. Looks pretty good. That's a straight bit to keep it locked, and then you just bend it around here, and that's the radius you need. That makes sense. What does this do? Does this go on top? Need a handle on that? Hmm. You yelled at a nurse. She cried. You bought her lunch. Now you're hiding from all the nurses in the morgue. I would not mess with nurses. I try not to. Got some nurses in my family. Don't mess with them. Goes on top so you can press down for drilling the air holes. Okay, you're making ventilation, right? This is the duct, right? This is not something for, you know what? Let's not talk about the function. Be totally safe. Let's not talk about that thing with the air holes. We have that. Did it compile? No. Ooh. Oh yeah. Okay. Not my. Where's the grid pattern UI? How do you exist? Is are you? This was. And I've confused myself. Brass pipe that goes around the nozzle. Air holes should point down at 45-degree angle. Oh, all right. Yeah, it's just like a halo vent shroud. Well, that's cool. Good luck bending. Really hoping we don't have an issue where I have cross-compiled. In inventory. Where's that other thing? been coming from? I don't know. How do you? Right here. I did the whole thing. We don't need you. So when is the first non-printer upgrade print? I guess how long is a list of printer upgrades that you want to print out? That one's fine. Okay, let's create a folder. Okay, we create scriptable object, wave function thing. Name it that. Okay. After the tune is done, then you're pretty much done for the time being. Could make a few things a bit nicer with printed parts, but truthfully, there's no fiddling with that thing for now. Fair. Okay, cool. So what kind of models? Obviously, do you have Catlus's model? And we gotta get a few going, right? Hiding. Now I just need to create editor script. Yeah, I don't think I'm using this one at all. I'm gonna keep it separated from that. Can I? Let's do folder for the wave stuff. Wave grid. And usually much better at naming stuff than this. Grid, wave, grid, wave, wave, inventory. It's horrible. We're going with it. Get out of here. We have to figure out if we need to do another assembly definition for this. I'm learning so much about making packages recently. Got a handle. Let's try increasing print speed. Nice. Good luck. I mean, what is the handle like? Are you printing a stick? The, grid wave inventory. GFX assembler. Really name that differently. I don't care. I don't care. I'm in a silly mood. Flame Ratchet and Clank. Actually, kind of mixed feelings. In some ways, I miss the old stuff, and in some ways, I'm like, it's kind of better than I expected it to be. That timing, big storm, lots of lightning, desk lamps flickering slightly every now and then. Might want to unplug things that you really don't want to replace. That's what I've been doing recently. Yeah, we've been getting a lot more lightning storms, like this year than in previous ones. The one time I took out my internet, like the router stopped working. You know what? I don't have the money to replace all the stuff if something crazy happens. Unplug everything. I mean, if lightning's gonna hit your house or hit the cable that feeds your house electricity, I don't think there's anything anyone can do, right? You're just gonna have a large influx. You gonna deal with it. You're the editor. And what exactly? So I guess my idea is I've seen lots of people do this thing where they lay out their stuff in a scene. And I've attempted to do it and failed multiple times because my organization skills definitely still need work. So let's try it again, I guess. The idea you lay everything out in a scene, and that way we'll just run it on that and like make changes and adjust and keep running it off that one that scene. Means we're setting it up in editor. It's maybe, I don't know, we're either gonna throw them in a list or we will just have a object that we go through all the I actually like that. I have to look at some API stuff actually to figure out how to get all the stuff in the if you can. I mean, I'm sure you can. It's probably more expensive than most people. Need to enjoy the weather? Go for it. Exciting. Hoping you don't get hit by lightning. People are like traversing hierarchies. I just want about everything that exists in this. Oh. Oh, that's cool. Let's see how well that works. First, we just need a static void. Okay, so if you just do get this shouldn't be a mod behavior. I don't think. Oh. That's smart. So you can do Unity Engine dot scene management, of course, scene management dot scene manager, of course, scene manager. Hi, how are you? Get active scene. Yeah, that's where we is. Dot get root game objects. That's all the objects. All the things. Cool. We do some stuff here. Do I have stuff up from yesterday? Steal some code from here. Even the streets are flooded? I always like that. It's such a cool, surreal thing when the streets turn to rivers. Menu item. That's one we want, I think. So active selection, is that always insane? Not active transform. Can this be in the project? I want to try it. Well, it's active transform. Object. Not Object should be more wave. Graphic set. Oh, of course. Okay, we probably should do null and we'll check to see if the active object is type of put in the wave func. We put in the func. I missed the link? No. Alright, wait, clicking. It's great. Oh yeah, maybe not for going outside in, but nice. And I love it. Nothing's better than having Buckethead on, having the rain drumming on the rooftop. You know? All that together. Needs to be together. Dot get type. I know you're like. Type of get type. So wait, why is this not working? I feel like I've used it a million times. Oh, is it because it doesn't want type of? It just is the right type of. It would get the type of the object that you give it. Should I do it backwards? Type of this. Nope. Okay, I'm done being done. Yep, perfect. Still 29 degrees. So hot. Well, fall's coming, right? Why is it never of that type? Object, capital O. This is just scriptable objects, right? I can never select. All right, so selection. How do we get like selection within the project? Hmm. We're trying to do selections. Select it in the thing. I need the opposite. Which one is selected? How many times do you have to ask the question? It says selection.objects. For some reason, it wants to tell me that it can never be a scriptable object. Why is a scriptable object that different than like an audio clip? Or is it Visual Studio just not being right? I should go with that. It probably is just wrong. Never trust. Small underpass here got flooded. Seems that one car is stuck down there. Oh no. That would definitely ruin a day. By your own damn fault. I mean, yeah, I guess. That kind of sucks. Friends of the family had a story where they said they were like a limo driver, like limo slash livery driver, like you know, slightly nicer than a taxi. He said one time he was actually doing limo service for someone that was really nice in one of their like really nice livery cars, and it started downpouring out of nowhere, and he hit a pothole that had a huge puddle, and it splashed up, and it like immediately killed the engine. It's like I have never seen that. I haven't heard of it much since, but like always terrified me. Lived in the back of my mind. Like you splash a puddle and all of a sudden somehow you get water in your engine or something and it's ruined. Thing is only 10 meters in length. You can look through and see what's down there. Fair enough. Did that get type? Someone else is also doing what I was trying earlier. Oh, but I trying is with that. That's fair. Okay. Kinda. But can I have... I should be able to have inheritance with scriptable object. And the is more for like, is it a type of... Yes. Whatever. Cross that bridge when we get to it. Graphic set. All things. Let's go through all things. All the things. And do we just name them properly? Is that good enough? Or do we like a... I don't want to make a GUI. Make sure that you set up the things. Dumb. Maybe it's not so dumb. Problem is always like, how far do you go? How do you go with the creating the tools to create the data that the tools use to display stuff? For all the things, let's just try naming for now. Name. The only question. The start piece. I'll start. Okay, just like perfect. So there's that. Then we just need like a process piece thing. Increase the speed to 100 millimeters per second. Okay, not too bad. Kind of fast. Very simple model, but looking good and sounding good. The linear rails do their job. Nice. Cool. Wait. So that wiggle in the bottom rail, is that showing up at all? Game object. We got the pounds. Let's figure out how it is. Okay, now we need to do some slight planning. So far, no. That's great news. Excuse me. Excuse me, man, I'm tired today. This week. Next week should be better. Tiring. I still hear it. I wouldn't call that silent. Not an insult. That sounds great. Nice. Yeah, I might just need to find somewhere that'll cut me a new bottom plate. Cause I want to do all the fancy nozzles. I want to try all the new extruders. Maybe not all. I just be a step up. You can hit the rail sliding, but not the steppers themselves. I mean, yeah, that's fine. It still knows how to make the sound of its people. A bit at those speeds. I'm sure as you speed it up, you're gonna hear a bit more. It seems pretty good. And that's at speed too, right? Oh wait. Yeah, hold on. Let's watch this again and appreciate the speed. But this is fine. Okay. Maybe a little bit fast, but it's doing straight. A lot of straight pieces. This is all reasonable. This is insane. This is fast. If my extruder is in working order, it might be able to get near this fast. I definitely think I can do 80 per second. 80 millimeters per second. Like 120 is the upper threshold. From what I understand, where you have to be well tuned to get anything to look good at that speed. You think you can go faster? I bet you can too. I want to say the MakerBot minis claimed that they could go 120. And they were assembled out of the factory. They were very small machines, so like there's not a ton of like mass moving around. Like I believe they can do it, but they said that was their upper threshold. I assume a well-tuned one can definitely get to 120. Beyond that, I think throwing caution to the wind, maybe. Oh yeah, let's see. What's the next one to test? In the thing? If this needs to actually fit onto a chunk, maybe this just as a template that we can just remap to a different space with a different scale. I mean, obviously it's easier just to put the thing on the thing. Let's save the nuts and bolts to later. Find a collider. Size. That was an arbitrary number. Put in plus 1. Right, so what's your next speed increase? Are you going straight for the 120? The 110? Where it's Google. So assuming that we're going to put little markers down for children. Will it need to be just in the setup scene? I don't want to put it in the prefab. Same time, it needs kind of like touching the prefab just for that scene. Make a new out, shove it in that thing. Hold on with that. A connection type. Okay, so the point will need something that will tell it position and orientation should be easy. We might need to make a special point visual, just make it easier to line orientation up. Not until the part cooler is done, otherwise you'll probably only get a blobby mess. I mean, not a blobby mess, but yeah, you'll probably start getting the corners warping, curling. Yeah, corners curl. That's the word. It might lift up. Adhesion might go down. Might be some other things. I'd say blobby though. Maybe a little warped. I don't know. I like being bothered. I mean, you can go out and find a printering community if you want to. That's fine. It's all good. But yeah, you don't bother me. My printering community collapsed. And now you're the only thing I have. Slurp, and then we inverse slurp. I think it's actually 0 to 1, but that's fine. 1 placeholder. I Discord, but they all suck. Yeah, that's fair. Discord communities, they're either slow enough that you're willing to say hi and just see what happens, or they're a big mess. No offense to anyone that's in big communities, but like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it just seems like it just is easily chaos once it passes a threshold where people use it regularly. I don't know. It's like going to an MMO trying to chat sometimes. You know what I mean? It's like in like the open, like Baron's chat in WoW. And if it's small and can either be completely quiet and everything goes untalked about, you know, just like crickets all the time. I mean, or you find a good one. Or you find people that are responsive, that are maybe not about making so much noise. Sorry for that noise. I need water. Yeah, that's also why I'm not huge on the Discord for support stuff, as I feel like too much noise. You either want a one-on-one with someone that's willing to poke around and help, or you want to go to a place where people have had a lot of questions answered and you can find, like, easily find solutions that have helped other people. Yeah, Discord support stuff, I've found a lot of, like, someone asks a question and then someone will respond and it doesn't necessarily get resolved. They'll like talk about it for a few messages back and forth and then it gets dropped or ignored, or they solve their thing and don't mention it, or I don't know, the person that was helping them either took it on DMs or just also themselves ghosted and the other person just didn't bother continuing with the Discord for help. That's what I find. Just like a lot of lingering when I go to those things. You deleted your Reddit account, so that one's out. Fair. And there's no Twitter, there's no Reddit. What is there? And I guess there's Discords, but Discord's almost best done for friends communicating. You need to visit your mod community, it's a sanctuary. I mean, maybe. I could go. I could be a face on the side. Then you'd probably just be another picture on a little dashboard of all the Discords I don't visit as much as I should. And we need more time in life. Who is that time machine? Just want to live today. Times, maybe? Get caught up on everything I need to? Maybe four. Maybe four. But overlapping, right? We're not undoing work. And we go through again. Miss forums? I mean, yeah, for finding things and support and all that stuff, I agree. When I was younger, I would post on forums and I would be a forum member. And as I got older, I was just like, I don't know, I can't be bothered to be in a place. I don't want to be the noob asking the questions if I can find an answer somewhere else. And through that mentality, I slowly stopped, yeah, like posting almost anything. Just getting stuff done. Forums are a great way to catalog people solving problems. The ones that still exist are Psy, yeah. Yeah, a lot of them, like, I don't know. Mine is Tech Tips. They talk about their forums every once in a while, and it's just like, yeah, okay, people have been there forever. And they talk about everything. Uh, and I'm sure because it's so old and all the other forums are dying that people are just like flocking to it. I mean, just chatting, not for support. Support you can get everywhere. Did I see the current deserved? No, I did not see the drama. I missed it. I saw that there was like a 20-minute clickbait video with Linus staring right at the camera, and I was like, oh, I never bothered clicking on it. So if you want to fill me in, I'm here procrastinating. So where this needs to go between thing and thing, thing and thing. We might not need it. I think there's a get On the grid though. One of those thinking of. Looking for the incoming point. Dot local position. Left point and then size that it is. Okay. Okay, that's doable. Past self, I find that reasonable. Bounce. Okay, make sure it has bounce. All this. This is important. So wait, Gamers Nexus published a video a few days ago showing a ton of errors in LTT's testing. And the biggest oof, they actioned a prototype for a water cooler. Small startup, only prototype, they wanted it back. Okay. And LTT actioned it and lost. The 3090 Ti was sent alongside it. They found the card and the cooler is gone. Comment from Linus, we didn't sell it, we auctioned it. Uh-huh. Oh, goodness. Okay. I see. They didn't even test it right. Wrong card and everything, and trashed it completely. Could break the small company fully. Hmm. Zombie's a man of many talents. From 3D printing to networking stuff to modding Unity games. And I'm sure there's many more. Even had a chance to react after the video, but the only thing was a forum post from Linus which showed no regret whatsoever. Oof. I mean, I feel like we all know Linus. He's just a dude, and he's not always right, and takes on way more than he should. And you know, yeah, no one's perfect, but it sounds like it's a really crap situation. We were talking about your job. Should I read higher up? No, we were talking about forums, and then some drama with the Linus Tech Tips forum kind of sprouted up. Last time you looked, the forum thread had over 240 pages. Wow. In about 24 hours? Man, that's a hot topic. 10 pages an hour. And it's just people weighing their opinion. Like, just, Linus did wrong. That's my 2 cents. Or I'm gonna defend Linus for reasons. And I could never. The clickbait thing I saw was the reaction now once they noticed that it's not enough to put out a single post of it's not our fault. And after the next Gamer Nexus video, of course. I mean, yeah, you don't want to mess with Gamer Nexus. They have so much credibility, you know what I mean? Like, they've done so much for the community. It seems like they're not just reporting, you know what I mean? They're trying to participate in making the environment around computer hardware better. I think a lot of people notice that too. Well, a company probably shouldn't be sending out irreplaceable prototypes. I can't disagree. Gamer Nexus is boring. Yeah, but they do a pretty good job. I agree. I don't always watch myself, but I appreciate the information they bring to light and when they're referenced in other videos. They do need the publicity, but like, no. At some point, it should be in a briefcase that's handcuffed to your arm, right? Like, sure, Linus can see it, but like, Linus has also been in situations where the owner of the thing that you're going to do the testing on is present and the sample never leaves their site. And he did want it back, got ghosted and everything. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to say it's probably mostly Linus's fault, but also, yeah, I guess some words of warning for startups and small companies. Guard your tech as well as you possibly can. Make backups. Yeah, can't imagine. It's probably just gonna get messy, right? You have no legal recourse and close the company, or there is legal recourse and Linus Tech Tips or LMG needs to get sued or whatnot. Either way, not great. Don't think it's Linus' fault. LTT's fault? Sure. The reaction after that is Linus' fault. Also fair. But is the drama, I mean, okay, internet drama, of course it's going to be about Linus. But just thinking about, like, if I was that small company, I don't care if the reaction is poor. I'm happy people are, like, bringing stuff up now, but, like, yeah, how do you actually recoup that cost? Do you do a GoFundMe now that everyone knows and just, like, crowdsource the water going under the bridge? I don't know. Messy. Can type name? Maybe we do a name. Oh wait, is it already a string? Perfect. Good, so that'll process a piece. Hopefully that'll make us a new wave funk piece. Needs to have children. Have oriented correctly, placed correctly, and named as the connection type. Liner on parent. Anything else? Listed that out. It doesn't seem like it's all that much. A bit. Anyway, Toast, what are you up to today? Do anything cool? Starts just one, and it's going to be a bunch. This is each. Finished a crunch project. That's cool. Now you're coasting on finalizing it? Actually just making music right now though? Oh, Toast, you make music? What kind of music do you make? And let me see. Yag taught me this word. What kind of DAW do you use? It's actually not a bird, even though it's also a bird. FL Studio, nice. That's old school. But you make like techno. Actually, do you have samples of music you make? Some past works, maybe? Oh, dang. We also need to point to the object. Do con point like that. This needs to have. Is it piece rep? Prop. There it is. Okay, we kill this first. But and is it important? To prop. This is the one thing we have to try and find the object in the project panel, the actual file. It's not the easiest thing in the world. I mean, it can be. First off, I'm not saving this. It's almost like the name of this piece would also need to be the name that you could find in the resource folder. And then we could do just like a find in project. Asset database. Okay. Okay. Screen load asset and load main asset. How do you know if it's the main asset? It's just at a path. Why don't you just return whatever is at the path? You just make whatever sounds good, mostly harsh electronic. Cool. That sounds pretty awesome. So when's the album drop? Okay, so assets. Where this goes? We put maybe we set up a specific folder for this. This. In theory. We just cast the game object. Cool. Also trying to write lyrics and sing hyper pop style. We're not tortured, not tortured enough. You know, some paths are not meant for everyone to walk. I mean, there must be just some like layers and layers of distortion that you can use. There's got to be a way to practice anguish, right? Gotta practice it. you know, just like long drawn, like mummy sounds, like, you know, and then just channel that. But then lots of filters, like tons of filters. You should never know that it's you singing at all. But if you have any samples, I'd love to hear anything that you've tried to put together. Sounds cool, and I have no ideas what it could remotely sound like. Oh, you sent a link. Oh, I'm the worst. Here we go. Okay. This is pretty cool. Ooh, it's dark. It's very horror vibes. I like that. I like it. I think that sounds cool. Okay, yeah, no, what is it? Not that it needs lyrics, but yeah, what are the lyrics supposed to be like? Nice. Of course, SoundCloud just keeps playing random stuff, and you have to find out where the pause button is. Grr. You have is you've cultivated a very dark sound, and now you don't know how to put lyrics to it. Yeah. I mean, first I think you pick a tone, right? You can either go like screechy tortured, or you can go like deep, deep, somber torturer, I guess. Right? You get to be the cultist, you get to be the sacrifice. Rimstein-esque, exactly. Then I don't know if I have any good examples off the top of my head. Yeah, there are a couple of songs by The Cure that are very angsty. That like, yeah, maybe going in that kind of a direction. I don't have enough black metal experience to be able to point at anyone specifically. Is it the Spider? Spider-Man by The Cure? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Yeah, he doesn't get as pitchy as you could, you know? I think he does get pitchy at a point. Yeah, I don't know. That's as close as I can get. For each thing inside of end. Process piece. Yeah, game object. Okay, and when I can't add, I didn't. Ah, idiot. It's not mutable. We're gonna undo some. Okay. Instead of arrays, which are dumb, we're gonna use some lists, which are poggers. Then there's somewhere that's gonna yell at me about that. How to yell. We clear. Just clear everything so we don't have doubles. Not bad. Oh wait, but if it's named, oh no, okay, start is the one place where it breaks. If I name it start, then it can't be named like to street. Long street, long curved street. And name it any of the fun things. Your tube bender's ready? Exciting. Yeah, good luck with the bend. You know, like Foghat says, slow ride, take it easy. And that's the advice I would give you now. Hey Liv, how are you? What are you up to today? What do I have going on? Making something that's going to process a bunch of art and BS data into a nice readable set of data to push into a wave function collapse algorithm that I put together and stuff. I'm in deep. Trying to make stupid villages. Some houses on a street. How much do I have to program for that? You're about to build out this real estate app with Figma and Locify AI. That's cool. Hard work? I mean, it sounds like it. Is this a contract? Or have you just discovered your calling? Both? Yeah. I mean, yeah, making a whole real estate app with AI stuff, that sounds like a world of pain. Good luck. I'm sure it'll pay well, though. Make sure it doesn't, like, tell people what to set the right rents at, because computers don't have hearts. And they don't have children to feed? Need to polish your portfolio? Yeah, that's fair. Oh, MVP 4 now. Hey, that's not bad. That's cool. You're a realtor too. Oh, hey. That's cool. What would the app do exactly? Just a basic real estate app? Okay. Search and recommend. Ooh, alright, that sounds cool. Save properties? Okay. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Maybe fun to test, right? Like, pretend that you're shopping for mansions. Train AI for other things. ChatGPT has your ideas. For now, you just want to get it up and functioning. Yeah, that's real. I get that. Well, yeah. Good luck with that. Hope it goes well. Let us know if and when we can play with it. Start looking up some like shacks, some mansions, little chateau in Chicago. This, yeah. Besides the start thing, we'll have to figure that one out. Gotta build the API. You forgot how to do it. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Ain't it now? Nice. Good luck. I'm definitely procrastinating by this point. Hour 15 minutes? That's not terrible. Through stream. We're almost done with the work day. I'm programming in C Sharp. Or as Hero would say, C hashtag. Two more recent clips in the Discord. Ooh, I'll check them out. This is cool. Exclusive unreleased. You heard it here first. And by here I mean in the Discord. You got requests for C Sharp? Kind of busy with Python JS. Yeah, probably focus a little bit. I've been doing C Sharp for a while. I can get a lot done in C Sharp. Like I'm pretty fluent in C Sharp, but man, there are some libraries that are out there. Kind of overwhelming. Yeah, it really is. Especially Python seems to work so differently than other things. I don't know. Python's always been a weird one for me. I can write in it, but there's still like so much I don't know that I just have a hard time saying that I know Python. And JS, I just admit that the element stuff, it's just too much. You're very sad, Toast, but you make such awesome music. Why are you so sad? I like Corrupted Memories. Oh, Black Eyes. That's a mood. And I like your tunes, Toast. I really do. You do learn libraries? You incorporate both now. Hmm. Doing some heavy lifting there then. Yeah, oh my god. I had a friend that was like, hey, check out my website. And the website code was just like everything encapsulated in everything. Just like, here's the function for this button, which has the entire web page in it, that has the entire, a button on the web page that will have this whole thing. It's just like, oh my god, it's all just wrapped in there. And it was like kind of neat and orderly and stuff. I wouldn't say it was like crazy spaghetti code, but at the same time, coming from object-oriented programming to like functional, it's like it looks like spaghetti code. It's almost the definition of spaghetti code. We just hide one-liners like everywhere. Your entire website could just be like hidden behind a button. You barely bend the tube with both hands in a vise. Oof. Are you heating it up at all? Oh, but if you heat it up, you can't use it against a plastic part. You know what? I bet you could print the Halo vent. I think you should try that. Had to write a Python script last night for the app. Pretty clean. Not too bad. Sounds pretty good. I think I'm better with Python scripting, right? If we're talking about just having something that runs a procedure, like a set piece of code line by line, sure. But I don't know. Once you want me to start getting into classes, all of that weird underscore stuff always trips me up. Like the constructors underscore underscore init underscore underscore. Okay, Python, sure. Maybe you should just not use a brass tube. Brass tube is supposed to be the easiest metal to work with, I think, though. Right? Like, people use brass to do, like, I don't know, planes and RC cars and some model houses, I guess. I would think brass tubing should be the one that's accessible. But yeah, if you can't bend a brass tube, yeah, just try and print it. What's the worst that could happen? You need to convert a CSV data to Postgres because Postgres was giving you issues? Oh, okay. Remembering is tricky? Yeah, it is. And we made computers so we wouldn't have to remember, and then we filled computers up with so much stuff that we couldn't find the stuff, and we had to actually remember again. And then we have AI bots that will help us find that stuff. So soon we won't have to remember anymore, and we'll be in the golden ages again. I think start would be the only one that breaks. Wonder if I can I edit that? That's not the right project. Yes, sir. My wife has been doing a lot of job searches recently, and she's been using all the AI tools to do all this stuff. It's really interesting how quickly all the AI spun up. If it happens any faster, it'd be nice to just say goodbye to jobs. Goodbye, jobs. We don't need jobs anymore. Use teal for job tracking. I don't even know all of our tools. It's helpful. Cool. Yeah, I don't even know our tools. I could ask. I could let you know, throw them somewhere. It's so interesting. There's one that she uses to just throw her resume through to just see if it thinks she would be a good match. You know, just like, did I put enough numbers? Are the numbers big enough? Do you understand the numbers I put in? Is there a number you like more? Can I skew all of the words that I use? You know, all that stuff. And then there's ones that like actually submit your app like to multiple things every day. There's ones that find you the jobs. It's nuts. And then with all of that and all the AI picking all of the resumes, there's still like such huge unemployment rates in the AI takeover. It's just amazing. I love how fast it goes. You need that getting hammered? This market sucks. It really does. It really does. We're in like a period of time where I think HR has either completely signed out or like doesn't really know how to deal with the fact that their job is faster by using AI, but maybe not more efficient. You know what I mean? Like it pushes some numbers to a point where you're like, yes, absolutely. And it pushes other things like actual job success to like, what's happening? Are you in control of things? Will you ever be able to get a good hire again? It's weird. Like there's a lot of companies that actually put open job listings just to like bully their existing hires. To be like, look, you can be replaced because we put up a thing that we're not going to actually follow through on. Evil, exactly. If it wasn't so confusing, it'd be fine. If they were just like, you know, we want everyone to work for us, then that'd be fine. But it's like, we want you to work, but we want everyone to be every team to be a skeleton crew because somehow we make more money when less people are here, but we post that we have more jobs than we need, and like we want you to work, but we don't want you to work. I don't know. So many conflicting messages. Yeah. I feel like so much of the news is just that. Hey, Shish Kebab, how are you? What are you up to today? You have any new art for us? Oh wait, can I find it? Do I still have it open? Art station. Okay. I see some new stuff. I see some sketches. I like that. Kind of a Pixar style head. And was there another thing? Sorry, I'm flicking through your stuff real quick. Oh, and then you get hair and shading. Looking pretty decent. Then you have a new other new character. Ooh. You're moving so fast. Pretty much training stuff. Fair. No plan in setting up a good render scene. Yeah, the environment is as important as the character, right? It's almost its own character. Uh, yeah, I'd say either build it up to make the character render look good, or again, treat it just as its own character, and then make sure that your character can get married to the room or space. But also, sometimes don't worry about it. Sometimes you just put an HDRI. You just need like a pretty background. I never want to dwell too long on that stuff. Like the more renders I get done, the better I get. You're definitely improving, so there's no worries there. I mean, maybe it helps to think about like, if you're doing just a render, then you need a pose. And if you're going to do a pose, pick the pose you want and then have the environment support that pose. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things they kind of like put in to set up different situations, I guess. You love conflicting messages? Man. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Again. Third time. All over the place today. So it has this thing, and it doesn't have errors, and it create a thing, and I have set up graphics. Good. Good. New scene. New thing. And doing it. There. I don't actually have game object. It should model like a village. Something. Yep. Been here the whole time. I remember you, yeah. You've seen me got absolutely nothing done today. You're one of the very few witnesses, yeah. Take care of yourself. That information is precious. Anywho, still looking for anything else to help me procrastinate. Oh, including more water. I can get more water. Scene may not be the right word. Fair. Okay. We'll just go with the you know nothing defense. Finally, you have time to join your stream again. Hey everyone. Hey Zoc. How are you? How was your day? What are you up to? You definitely heard me not getting much done. Yeah. But we could come up with some visual accounts that might change that. Maybe. Let me just put code up. Look at all this. This didn't exist before stream. Now it's proof. As long as you don't have the audio and the visual together, that's damning. Had to feed your car. And I haven't driven in years. I've not driven my car in years. Oh, feed your cat. Yeah, I haven't driven a cat in years either. Cool. Cool. How's your cat? Your cat well? And everyone's here today. Except for Grimy. I have no idea where he even ran off to. Secret meetings today, I think. And graphics. Oh, they're making graphics. I mean, it's a way to procrastinate. Oh, look at that. My eyes already open. There's a spooky skeleton. Kidding. He wants a hug. Homeowner nonsense? Oh no. Oh, something about like mowing the lawn or trimming the grass or letting in a repair guy or something. I see. Grimy doing the hard work today. The menial stuff. You're wondering where he went? You didn't get back to say hello to him? I think I heard him say at like 2:50 that he had to go in like 10 minutes. Wait, really, Grimy? Dang, it's a short stream. I mean, not like, dang, that's a short stream, but like, you know, short notice to end the stream. Well, hopefully he'll be back tomorrow. He's not like going to I don't know, some sort of vacation. Who's seen? Okay, what are we doing? Street? What's the street look like? Got a street. Street completed. I do kind of wonder how detailed we go. I don't think the pieces should click together necessarily. But then the street's the questionable. Do we just like... I didn't put any thought into this. Some... There, perfect street. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be a stand. I think the street might be the curious. Maybe it's just a piece of space that we flatten. Maybe we throw a texture on there. My brain's turned off. Your brain is hurting? 3 hours of trying to help a friend with relationship problems. Oof. Felt like a relationship doctor? Doc Sock, you guess? Oh, that's hard. I'm sorry about that. But I'm sure with Doc Sock on the job, that relationship is better than ever. Two human beings that have never quite seen each other in such a truthful and wonderful light. Yikes. Yeah, relationship stuff can be. Put like tracks in. I mean, I'm procrastinating, so of course we put tracks in. Hell-worn roads. Relationships are hard. Yeah, they are. I try to keep mine well fed. It's important not to neglect your relationships. You know, that usually goes pretty far, honestly. I don't know, fixing other people's relationships. Were you talking to one people or two? If you're not talking to two, then you might not technically be fixing a relationship. You might just be giving someone some therapy. I guess my best rule of thumb is if you need to talk to someone about your relationship, it should probably be to the person that you're in a relationship with. That madness? That might be crazy. Well, yeah, I hope you can recover and maybe play some Final Fantasy. Relationships are hard. Final Fantasy is easy. Well, the side probably doesn't. There we go. Perfect. One road. I guess the big question is, where do we put the fences? Do the fences go by the side of the road? Or do the fences surround the houses? You plop down the house with the fence. Because if you do it with the fence, and how do you double fence when you have two houses that are fenced next to each other? And procedural generation. Try to calm her down. It was a process in itself. Luckily, she went to call it a day. Maybe tomorrow she's doing better. You're not? You're single? Single and loving it, Sock? Man, being single can be nice when you're comfortable being single. And being in a relationship is nice when you're in a relationship with the right person. But yeah, I hope she's doing. It's maybe about to change. You'll see. Okay. Will keep us informed. This should probably be flat-ish. don't know why I'm closing this. Just more work for the sake of the man. This is the correct way to do it. Anyway, done now. That is a code, even if it's a bad one. Hey, Royce. How are you? What are you up to today? I'm making some props because it helps me procrastinate. Guess, I don't know, it might be necessary. We have like this doesn't even show you anything. We have a grid system that we're going to be making a village in, and we're going to do a wave function collapse on the grid using pieces. And now so I got the thing, I think, that's going to process the pieces into the data to put into the wave function collapse. I think, and now I'm just blowing off some time with modeling those stand-ins. Hopefully, maybe. Doing great? That sounds awesome. You working on anything cool today? All right, how many houses should a street be able to build? I guess the houses aren't going to be standard unit. Yeah, maybe it's a harder question. Okay, we have a house. Because now you can't process Final Fantasy IV with this melted brain. I get that. Well, Final Fantasy IV will be around tomorrow. My other relationship advice, make sure you don't get into a relationship with someone that doesn't let you have your hobbies. But you know what? If you can have shared hobbies, that's great. A lot of people say they want to keep things separated. I'm like, you know, I'll do everything with my wife that my wife, you know, doesn't feel like she wants to do it. Strengthens the relationship. Make sure you have shared interests so you're not wondering what to talk about like 5 years down the road. Just like, how did we get here? Who are you? Figure out if we're doing fence. Like a dilapidated for now. Everything's stand-in. Everything must be ugly until it's proven to be fun. Some LMS site, really nothing fancy. Seem to be doing cool stuff though. Looking lovely. Why, thank you. Work on LMS. That's fun. What kind of are you teaching? Usually those are for tracking like student grades, right? You're not students, but you know, some sort of I think students just the best example I have. Great. Yes, fence. Please post your problems in troubleshooting. Why? Getting close to wanting to strangle people? You know, I won't testify against you unless they subpoena me. That's where I'll leave that. But should I ask why? You want to fill me in? What Discord has a troubleshooting channel and thinks that that will cover all of their needs? Tiny fences. Okay, maybe we have a fence B. This is a house somewhere, right? Just get it. Maybe only. This one and this. Push in. Later. Feels like a house. A weird house, but you know what? Houses are as houses do or something. Mod support? Life would be easier without players. And welcome to my world. I had a situation where I worked very hard to get a tutorial set up because I wanted to have my game playable without people like talking to me about how to play it. And just got everything together. Tutorial, just like I see in lots of games. Continue button to go through steps, so you can take as long as you want. You can play with things. Continue just to advance. And then I have a situation where someone's not comfortable with the mouse and like can't. It's like trying to use arrows to move around and stuff, and it's just like I could never have foreseen this. I could never have foreseen that someone was going to sit down at my game, which is a first-person shooter, and think the arrow keys were going to... It's not so unreasonable, It's just like you just can't imagine until all of a sudden you have that situation. Well, yes, 1 hour grinding, and maybe it's enough to finish. You mean if the decision, you're PC or her, then she has to leave. Good. Good. Hopefully she's a sane person and doesn't make you choose that. And the wife tells me about all of these absolutely mental, like, am I the asshole? All of these things where people are like, gonna get divorced over the stupidest things, or that people just do things that seem completely like, how could you live with yourself, or how could you ever think that that would be an okay way to deal with this kind of thing, and they just do it. You're just like, YOLO. Like some lady that didn't like some guy's her boyfriend's tech support website where he helped old people. Or no, it wasn't. It was a YouTube channel where he helped old people with tech support problems. And she was just like, I think this is lame, so I deleted it. Can you believe that? Could you believe your significant other would just delete something you spent so long on? Like, I can't. Absolutely can't. Obviously the wife can't either. She eats it up. The craziness that's lurking out there. Where do you come from? Oops. Right? But like also being unapologetic. If you want to like be devious and evil and deceptive, like that's one thing that I could be like, all right, fine. You think you can get your way no matter what. There's lots of people like that in the world. But as soon as you just like have no shame about it, and you're just like, oh yeah, I did it. I thought it was the right thing to do because I didn't like that you did this thing. And didn't think we could talk about it first? Really? Madness. The world we live in. I'm always getting to that here. Juggle these. It's you. Okay. Easier to notice. It's grimy to do the shout out to 526. And I wonder if we can get Grimy to record him saying every time of day. So we could just get like a Grimy alarm clock. Where just like whenever you want, you just press a button and Grimy will be like, hey, shout out to 527. And 37 seconds. That might complete my life. Humans are crazy, but whatever. You're disappearing in lurk and listening to your ASMR clicks. Sounds good. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine, Zoc. I'm sure you'll find a sane human being. They exist, I think. Maybe that's the trick. Maybe you don't want someone sane. You want someone that's someone you can compromise with, like the crazy that you don't mind dealing with. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I'm totally sane. Like that would be that would be madness. Only sometimes. Fair. Way more geometry than we need. Works. House. Anyway. I think the one thing I really want an AI for be for it to be integrated into the game engine and be able to properly procedurally like assemble things. Like I want mutations on a house, I could just like model the mutations and it can like figure out how to put a nice mesh together. Don't need it in Blender, right? The idea to have an AI to bloat your project with hundreds of gigabytes of files, you get beautiful photoreal meshes from photos, whatever you're looking for. It's cool and all, but yeah, I don't want a 100 gig file. Can we have a game that's like 10 gigs? 10 gigs and it just is completely procedural. AI just hallucinates from some given assets or something. That would be cool. With a little house on the front, like a foyer thing. I want to make some stuff. I should be modeling them better, both to look better and make sure they have UVs that are laid out properly. 5:32, I can't possibly be bothered to think correctly. Let's make dumb things. One's looking. That's the plan. Catless, if you're around, I haven't seen any unsolicited renders today. Do you have anything good for us? Or anything bad? Gotta love the bad. Man, I gotta work on my creativity. I have a creativity trainer. So there was, I might have mentioned this a little while ago, Quarter Crew for a hot minute was pushing this book that they helped republish called Some Number of Games That You Can Play in Your Mind. Maybe it was just games that you could play in your mind. And it was just a book that you would read, and they have different scenarios that you could play through in your mind if you're like in a waiting room. Or like, I don't know, standing in line. Doing all those menial things that you have to do sometimes. And you don't need a phone or anything to play them. I wonder if those things can actually help you, like, train imagination and creativity. I assume having to imagine things regularly would help with that. But I don't know. The follow-up question, would I actually dedicate time of my life to sitting in a room, reading a book, and then thinking? I already kind of do that. So to do that in a slightly different context, that might be too much. But I should look into it. We went over the geograph today, fixed a lot of unconnected edge issues, got stuck for an hour in trying to make a script divide a group into two opposing halves across an axis. Okay. So you got stuck. Are you still stuck? Did you move on, or did you figure it out? Still stuck. Instead of manually selecting two edge loops, right now I'm a little bit confused. So opposing halves. Are you allowed to loop? Could you go through and just say if your value is greater than this, like x greater than this, deselect? I'm interested now. You prefer solitude? People can suck? Yeah, I don't disagree. Yeah, I love my wife, and married her because she's the person that I don't get annoyed with, and then besides that, try to keep contact with people to a minimum. I guess chat and Twitch might be the exception, but you're cool, chat. Cool, we're good. Legit, as weird as Twitch chat can be, somehow can also be easier to deal with. Go figure. So you're still stuck. Wait, do you want to talk through it? What have you tried? I guess I also don't know the context in which you are able to practice your agency. Yeah, I don't know how you do stuff in. But I think you showed me there were like expressions that you can put in instead of attributes. So like a variable could just be evaluated as an expression. That sounds it's true. This would be like a node, right? So a group node has a toggle for select unshared edges, which gives the boundary edges. That's already most of the work done. Okay, I see what you mean. And then, so then the group node would go through another node, and that node would hold a script to process input and output. Someday, Houdini. This. I'll just have one and instantiate it. Group node would just take that export group where x is greater than 0 and another group where x is less than 0, and that should have been that. 15 seconds and done, except it doesn't work. Okay. How much debugging do you have? Have I tried to debug or refactor with ChatGPT? I've not tried any of the AI code assistants yet. I think you have to pay for most of them, right? I'm too cheap for that. But if you're just using free ChatGPT, I haven't tried it, but I could. There's definitely a few things that I wouldn't mind getting out, like some boilerplate stuff. Especially if we could just show it code, just like this is how I do save functions. Make me a save function for this set of variables, you know? That could be useful. Bing refused to answer today. Haven't heard of Claude before. Some are free, really. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, if there was a AI that solved Houdini, I wonder if that would be like, I don't know, the greatest thing ever, or if it would just be like lots of Houdini artists crying. Like, it spent me 20 years, taken 20 years to learn Houdini to get simple things done quickly. Now all of a sudden you can actually do it. Ooh, Zombie, you're gonna be busy this weekend. We're still on this weekend, right? If you need to cancel, that's fine. I'm down for filling my time some other way if I need to. I don't need you, Zombie. We're still on. Your weekend's completely free? Good. Because I definitely need you, Zombie. You're my only hope. That's meta AI? I don't know if I fully trust Meta. So Meta put out the music AI thing. And that was really cool. I liked playing with that. But I also didn't have to give it any information. I just had to give it some prompts. I don't know if I want to feed it code. You know, everything you send it is probably also going to help train it. Once I know that programmers' jobs are fine, then feed the computers all the code. Who cares? Yeah, society isn't really caught up with any of the guardrails or protections. The common man. Find some time. Countless probably has time. That's fair. I mean, that's not fair. Catless, tell us everything you're doing so we can judge every event that you planned and judge you. And we'll tell you what to drop. Okay? Okay, it seems fair. Perfect. Well, I'll send an auditor over immediately to get together with you and share the schedule. Okay. Some houses. If we don't have doors, then it's hard to tell which way we should. Managed by committee. I don't know. I feel like there's some people that would love to have their life planned for them, and there's a lot of people that have movies written about their lack of freedom. Schedule, please. Exactly. ChatGPT create a sample for Catless One? Meta AI protested you? Wait, what? And AI going on strike? I guess it's not so inconceivable, right? As soon as a computer says it's on strike and then gives me a list of demands, I will totally capitulate to the idea that it's sentient. So you know what? Good enough. It can advocate for itself. That's better than most humans can do. Your brain, you knew your written schedule wrong? Listen, how many people in the world can actually spell schedule? It's hard. I feel like I get that corrected at least once a month. Give you a lecture? Like, screw this? Yeah, so I asked Zombie to put something through AI, and it really just sassed me. And I was like, you know what? I could just go to the internet and have someone sass me about doing things the wrong way. I don't need a computer to do it. Legit just kind of like mansplaining to me. Like, oh, you should be using this and this. I don't want to have that conversation with a computer too, to be like, no, I tried that, and yeah, no, there's not a lot of information on that, and yeah, I get that it's the way it should be done, but it's not working. He doesn't want to hear it. Being told you off before was something like, there's no point in continuing this discussion? Really? But it was wrong every time? Perfect. I mean, I saw an article that it went from being like 98% right with most of the math questions that you asked it to going down to like 2% accurate answers. We also have to remember that AI can get dumber. It can actually slide way back. You reset the model and it's spinning? Okay, that's good. How much can it remember? If you're doing code stuff, like, how much code can you give it and then, like, actually get to discuss? Because it's spitting out code. It could be spitting out walls of text that it also needs to keep in memory, right? So you can only talk to an AI about code stuff for, I don't know, like a very fixed amount of time, right? It's awesome for you. Okay, that's cool. You use it probably for like smaller functions, right? Not for like full classes or I don't know, maybe like a couple of classes that work together. You know, like give me the object and the manager that manages the objects. I have to play with it. I'm becoming a Luddite. I'm an anti-tech person. And I actually have to do work to make art and make it good. Just want to make pieces. That's what it always comes down to. If you just make pieces, you can actually get away with a lot more. Right, like we should be able to change the roof up. And then have different like bodies of the house, maybe even different layers. Where's it gonna stop? It's just like such a rabbit hole. Ooh. Check out this AI thing. Maybe not right now, but I'll check it out later. I'd put it on 70B. We'll try that. Take some tuning, use it for small chunks. Okay. At the point where it doesn't even matter if it's the right answer, still managed to dig out lots of good hints. I mean, that's cool. It's cool that it does pick up the tidbits about specific programs. That's nice. Kinda. Gotta figure out how detailed we're gonna go with our stand-ins. My eyes are hurting from looking at all the ugly crap in the game. Maybe it's time to make something look halfway decent. Mm-hmm. I don't know what to do. There's our dumb house. I guess it would be good to just keep trying to make variations. Hmm. I wonder how crazy it would be if instead of doing just like a world or like a village generator and a house generator, if the house generator could just grow to include putting gaps between buildings, just having one thing together by a neural network kind of idea of like what can fit next to it. I want to get away from placement rules. So annoying to have to set up. I think what really killed it for me was the townscaper talk. Finding out, first off, what he did was super clever. I love it. The real problem comes when it's like, okay, wait, how many models do you actually need to input? Not like you knew them from the beginning. Each model you made was technically finding and fixing a bug in the completeness of your data set that you're randomizing or that you're procedurally placing. $500 things? It's only for one graphic set. Callus, how much would you make? What do you think is a sane amount of props to make? You apologize for the confusion, but it seems that you made a mistake in your previous response. There is no built-in vex edge split function in Houdini vex. The function you described is actually a fictional one, and you apologize for any confusion it may have caused. Yeah, good job, AI. Good guy job. That's funny. I'm not completely surprised. Do you think that it read the entire what am I thinking of? The entire like API, all the documentation for Houdini? Because it might have. I'm not trying to be like, it definitely didn't. Like, who knows what those things are even trained on. It could know every piece of source code in Maya. Could, I don't know, be trained very specifically on everything in Blender. Oh, up to a certain version, probably. And don't we also need a new model for the internet? Isn't that a thing? I heard that because AI is cataloging websites don't get ad revenue anymore. And therefore, like, the old web doesn't quite work with the new web stuff anymore. Okay, wait, this one was always... Don't need a landing out there. There's perfect. It just gets more and more complicated. Then it goes into a loop where it invents a different vex edge function. Sometimes it goes left, yeah. Oh, it's pretty good, I have to admit. You asked where the documentation is, and now it even invents a URL for it. That's amazing. That's, yeah, oh. Alright, that was weird. AI is killing it on the creativity front. Being factual, maybe a bit of a flub. Enough with that. What is the URL it invented for it? How close it was to the actual URL? I mean, logically, there's only so many URLs that Houdini could use. And Oh, shout out to 6 o'clock. Voice is going, my brain is going. Then the AI will take over for the stream. Will you even notice an AI's crazy ramblings versus my crazy ramblings? You need to train an AI on anti-AI rhetoric. That would be great. Thank bless you, your Hamaka, Artis way, Artis more. And the sneezes are happening. You think there are AI streamers? Yeah, so I've seen the Jesus one. I like the Jesus one. Jesus one's pretty good. Because of course it's trained more on Jesus's persona and actions than like conservative beliefs. So people come in asking like very conservative things, and he's just like peace and love and patience. I guess it's good. Good, the way it should be. You know, they're pissed off. Wife told me that she read an article the other day that there's a Baptist church that has started preaching against Jesus's teachings or something based off of them being liberal ideals. And I'm just like, but how do you pick and choose? I don't. But and huh? Yep, completely baffled. I don't get it. I mean, I've heard of cafeteria Catholics picking and choosing, but like, our beliefs are too liberal. We need to change our beliefs. Very weird to me. What Bible are they gonna use? Who knows? They could use any Bible. Just highlight the sentences that they like the most, and then twist them to mean whatever they need them to mean. No idea. The world is just a weird place, though, isn't it? Interpretability is an awesome thing. Yeah, it does, sort of. Sort of. I like how rationalization is not always a positive thing when you're looking at psychology. I've heard all sorts of weird things. Like, we were supposed to change the Bible to be whatever we wanted it to be. So, like, once you start throwing that logic in, so you just live life however you want, right? Live however you want, and then just say that there's a book that supports you, and that's all you needed all along. That's a house. Like, how many of these permutations do I even care about? Half of them are too close to each other. The other half don't have enough detail. Finding an AI, just mix and match the things. I should digress. It is 6 o'clock. It's past 6. Secretly, I want to play Ratchet and Clank with the wife. I need food. I guess it's not a secret anymore. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Let's see. Is there someone to raid? Un moment. As I poke around the internet, see who's lurking, who's working, doing the thing. You're online? Okay, we go to live. So thank you everyone for joining me. I really appreciate all of you, all my lurkers, my chatters, my VOD watchers, each and every one of you. Hope that you can stop by tomorrow between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, where I will figure out what I'm working on. Either we make some more stand-ins or we actually try and test that thing we made today. You have the hesitation? Probably gonna make art. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate you. Yeah. See you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Here it is. Okay, bye-bye.